sense of failure has been accreting in my chest like fibrous tissue. I've rarely failed at anything, and I have never quit. Most Americans are raised never to give up, and in the South that credo is practically a religion. But 2 years ago I stood before my wife's grave with a full heart, and the belief that I could, by force of will, resurrect the idyllic town that had borne me, by closing the racial wounds that had prevented it from becoming the shining beacon I knew it could be, and bringing back the prosperity it deserved. Halfway through my 4-year term, I've learned that most people don't want change, even when it's in their best interest. We pay lip service to ideals, but we live by expediency and by tribal prejudice. Accepting this hypocrisy has nearly broken me. Sadly, the people closest to me saw this coming long ago. My father and my lover at the time tried to save me from myself, but I would not be swayed. The heaviest burden I bear is knowing that my daughter has paid the highest price for my illusions. 2 years ago, I imagined I heard my dead wife's voice urging me onward. Now, all I hear is the empty rush of the wind, whispering the lesson so many have learned before me. You can't go home again. My watch reads 12:30 a.m. 30 minutes past the appointed hour, and there's still no sign of Tim Jessup among the shoulder-high stones between me and Cemetery Road. With a silent farewell to my wife, I turn and slip between the monuments, working my way back up toward Jewish Hill, our rendezvous point. My feet make no sound in the dewy, manicured grass. The names chiseled on these stones I've known all my life. They are the town's history, and mine. Friedler and Jacobs and Dreyfus upon Jewish Hill, whose stones read Bohemia, Bavaria, Alsace, the Knoxes and Henrys and Thornhills in the Protestant sections, and finally the Donnellys and Benellis and O'Banions back on Catholic Hill. Most of the corpses in this place had white skin when they were alive, but as in life, the truth here is found at the margins. In the areas marked colored ground on the cemetery map lie the trusted servants and favored slaves who lived at the margins of the wide world and earned a patch of hallowed earth in death. Most of these were interred without a marker. You have to go farther down the road to the National Cemetery to find the graves of truly free black people, many of them soldiers who lie among the 2,800 unknown Union dead. Yet this cemetery breathes an older history. Some people buried here were born in the mid-1700s, and if they were resurrected tomorrow, parts of the town would not look much different to them. Infants who died of yellow fever lie beside Spanish dons and forgotten generals, all moldering beneath crying angels and marble saints, while the gnarled oak branches spread ever wider above them, draped with cinematic beards of Spanish moss. Natchez is the oldest city on the Mississippi River, older even than New Orleans, and when you see the dark, tilted gravestones disappearing into the edges of the forest, you know it. I last came here to view $1 million in damage wreaked by drunk vandals on the irreplaceable wrought iron and statuary that make this cemetery unique. Now all 4 gates are chained shut at dusk. Tim Jessup knows that. It's one reason he chose this trysting place. When Jessup first called, I thought he was proposing the cemetery for his convenience. He works on one of the riverboat casinos at the foot of the bluff, the Magnolia Queen, moored almost directly below Jewish Hill.